Hola, people. Hello. Welcome. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good, I don't know, morning, depending on where you are, and as well, depending on when you're watching this. I hope everyone is doing well. I wish you well, and I know that it takes like 100 years for this to click over and go live. So I will be patient, maybe, and wait to see people pop on. Well, hello, Zoe. Welcome. Hello. Good to see you. We're going to get into our Deviant Daily, our afternoon edition, contemplation, meditation, conversation, all the good shit. And so just be aware, y'all, like, this is our time together. This is our co creative process. And so you are more than welcome to share your thoughts, anything that pops up for you, any feelings, anything that you want to talk about when we discuss the cards. You are more than welcome to share what is going on, like what you feel, how it comes across to you. There's no right or wrong answers here. We are here to have conversations and just contemplate the stuff that comes up so we can just choose to be better every day for ourselves. And I think that's important. And again, we get to spend time with one another and just enjoy. So I hope you're having a good. Here it's Saturday. Here it is Saturday, so the day of Saturn. I believe for some it's going to be Sunday, so the day of the sun. So that's cool. That's fun. Well, hello, Lori. Welcome. Yes, happy Saturday. I'm having a good Saturday. I'm cleaning. I woke up early and I had class. Oh my gosh, I had class from like 7 to 12. Shit. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, his viewing was yesterday, and I wasn't able to make it. But we have his burial this Friday, which I will be able to attend. But I'll be very honest with you. I'm nervous. Like, I don't. People know that I'm antisocial as it is, so I avoid my family and I avoid everybody. But a lot of it has to do. It's not just being antisocial because I feel like I'm very social, as you can tell. I like talking, but it's my anxiety. Like when I don't know like the situation, how to control it, or what's going on. Like it's my anxiety. It's not that I'm antisocial, which I am at times. It's more the anxiety that I have, even around family. You know what I mean? If family doesn't, is not free of that, so it's more like that. But I'm nervous because of the COVID numbers, the plague numbers increasing, and people just, not doing what they're supposed to be doing, anyways. And so I'm nervous just to be out there, but I'm, doing everything that I can. So yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Uh, let's see. I chose to work with Whispers of Love. It's an oracle deck by Angela Hartfield, and the artwork is by Josephine Wall. So if you want to look it up, you can. The card, before we get into the tarot aspect of this, is it's basically, it says choose love. So just think about that for a second. What does that mean to you? Like, choose love. Choose love. And what is love to you? What is love? What is love to you? How does love feel? Like, what do you think of when you think of love? Choose love. What does that say? And this card says you always have a choice as to what you should do. Choose love. You always have a choice as to what you should do. What does that say? When you choose love, negative feelings will have no place in your heart. There's always a choice. We've gotten this sort of message a bit, haven't we? There's always a choice, What does that say to you? So there's always a choice. Telling and retelling a negative situation will not heal it. Surround the situation in love. Choose to see your responsibility and focus on love. Let me tell you about my aunt, y'all. My aunt who likes to stalk my page. My aunt, who's who I write public posts on my profile now because I thought I had her blocked, but apparently I don't. And it's fine. but she goes to my my public profile to see what I'm saying, and she likes to talk about that. So, but I have a reason for wanting to share this, because just this part right here. There's always a choice. Telling and retelling a negative situation will not heal it. So my aunt, an example, and again, no judgment. It simply is. You know, my aunt will choose to tell a story over and over and over. Like she will tell the same damn story probably 100 times, you know, in a day. She will tell everyone she sees the same damn story, like the same story. It is, it is something else, you know. It really is. Like she'll tell people who don't even care or want to know. She will go find someone to tell a story to, which, you know, it's fine if that's how you want to create and manifest, if you're aware of it. But when you're telling someone a negative story constantly, you're also responsible for what you do to them. You know what I mean? So, you know, choose love. Like if you're telling a loving story, and if you're telling a story out of love, or you're wanting to focus on things that feel better, and so you're fine, Zoe. Just keep talking. It's fine. Other people are shy, maybe. It's okay, but you keep talking. I like it. So choose love, you know, and the stories we tell have a huge impact, not just on us, but on the people we tell those stories to. So if we are channeling this energy that is very Debbie Downer, you know, for very angry or hurt, and we are telling a story of anger, telling a story of fear, telling a story of pain, telling the story, you know, over and over and over and over, literally, everybody. I'm not, it's no joke. Everybody, like, we go get groceries, should be telling the story to random fucking people in the grocery store. In the grocery store. She don't know them. They don't know her. And honestly, they shouldn't care. Like, but she's telling them all the negative stuff. I was like, well, can you tell them about something nice? Can you tell them about something happy? And then we wonder why, oh, why am I feeling this way? Why do I feel so, you know, alone? Or why do I feel so fearful? Or why is my life going this way? Possibly many reasons, let's be honest, many reasons. But one of the reasons is because we're not choosing love, we are choosing fear-based stuff. We are choosing anger based stuff, and we are also choosing to share that with the world. And when I say the world, I am so literal when I speak of my aunt, like the world, telling everybody the same fear based or anger based story, right? And that is a great power, especially if you recognize what you're able to do with that those words and that energy. If you could turn it around and focus in on stories of love and stories of acceptance, or again, things that you truly want in your life, not what you don't want, but what you truly want. Can you think about how you would change your own life, as well as initiate the change for others? Because when you share like these stories of upliftment with other people, it gives hope. It gives hope, and it gives opportunity for, like, oh wow, growth, you know? Does that make sense? I know I'm rambling. I hope that makes sense, but choose love. You always have a choice as to what you should do. When you choose love, negative feelings will have no place in your heart. There is always a choice. Telling and retelling a negative situation will not heal it. Surround the situation in love. Choose to see your responsibility and focus on love. And another thing before we move into the tarot, like, it is so important, it is so important for us to recognize, like, we're not saying ignore the negativity, ignore the story. No, choose responsibility. Be responsible about your thoughts of the situation. Be honest. Yes, I'm going through something. It doesn't feel good, but I'm not going to choose to keep staying there when I recognize that I want something different. Does that make sense? Um, yeah, so you are in charge of your own happiness, and if you choose it, yeah, and focus on it, and allow it to be. Right. So Oh my gosh, I know. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. So that's the first part. Okay, that's the first part of this blend today. So just think about that. Like, where in my life can I choose love? Like, what am I going through right now? Okay, let's be aware. Like, what am I going through? And how can I focus on something that feels better in my life? Like, what can I give my attention to, my energy to, that will help me to feel better? I recognize that the words that I am using are painting the picture, the canvas of my life, my reality. Okay, and so what words am I using that are maybe not the greatest words right now to manifest with or to create with? And what can I use? What words or what things can I focus on to paint a better picture for myself? Okay, something to consider. So with that, our nine, the nine of wands reversed, is blended with this. So you don't have to know anything about the tarot. Look at the card. What's like the first thoughts that you might have, the first impressions, any downloads, anything. What does it say to you? And know that nines herald change. They usher in change. They are the bringers of change. Those nines, and wands are associated with the fire element. We have again lust and passion and creativity, this growth from a very fiery place, aggression, assertiveness, action oriented, wands types of energy. And so another thing is, and that's why I titled this the way I titled it. Um, it may be hard to choose love, but my future desires it. And why did I title it this way? Well, let me tell you why. If you look at the card here, can you see the card? Hello, little figure, little person looking towards the right, looking towards the future, okay? Looking towards the future. And so I may be going through something. Look at this dude, this individual, this person is a little wounded. They have a little bandage on their head. They're burnt up. They're wounded. They fought with a fiery nature, and it's they're spent, reversed, much more so. Like they're puttering out of steam, of whatever. The energy is a little lackluster because they've been through it, but they look at their future, and we know that we have choose love here. So they look at their future and they're like, I have been through it, and I know, and I realize, like, I can't base everything that I do on the experiences that I have had, because I recognize that my future desires me to create a better space for myself. I recognize that choosing love is my future, this message for my future saying, look, right now it is so important for us to recognize where we are burnt out, where we are processing the fires that are dwindling. We're going through something, and that is okay. So be aware of it and recognize where we can choose to feel better when we're ready. Does that make sense? There. Okay, let's see. I'm endeavoring to do this in my life right now. Every time I can tune in to your reading fits. I like it. Well, thank you for being here. Yes. Persistence to manifest our positive intentions. Yes, persistence and showing up for ourselves. And we also recognize that when we see our future, when we look at our future and we realize, like, we just want to feel good. I think that we all want to feel good. I think that we all want to feel loved, and we want to be a part of something, whatever that is to us. We all want different things, but at the core of it, I think we all want to feel connected. And so I think that a lesson here as well with the reversal of the nine, there's a shift in, there's this change happening, but it's going slower, because again, we're so tired, we're so drained. Like, fire is like we're done with this creativity. Like there's just too much and I'm overwhelmed. I don't have the energy to carry on like I was. And so we have to kind of learn a new way of becoming. We have to learn a new way of behaving in our life. And oh, sugar. My cousin said something to me last night. What did she say? Basically, the reserves of energy. We need to reserve our own energy for the projects we have for ourselves, and so we need to learn to discern like what we give our fire to, and we also need to be. We don't need to fight. Like that's a thing here as well. That's a thing here as well with the nine of wands reverse and the choose love aspect. We recognize that we pick and choose our battles, and we've been fighting for whatever it is in our lives for so long, and we have all of these fires up, like we're about to burn the damn house down, or we're going to burn someone because we got all this fire up here and we're ready. But it's like we have maintained that fire for so long that it's burning out, and it's tiring us and we feel wounded. Does that make sense? So we recognize, oh, I need to use my fire a little more careful, a little more cautious. I need to use my fire from a place of love, from a place of compassion, from a place of passion, right? And so I also recognize when things come up that I'm passionate about, and people go against my beliefs, go against my humanity. I don't have to fight with them. And an example, like I have family members who are they support things that are anti me as a person. And they support things, whether they want to admit it or not, that are very racist. And I speak up about that quite often. But I also recognize that that is a lot of work, and I'm willing to do the work, but it's been a lot of work to fight, to fight, to fight, and get nowhere. And so I recognize, again, this is just an example that we can apply to our lives, that I don't need to fight anymore because it's wasted on people and situations that don't want to change. Okay. And so I recognize again that I must use my fire and reserve it for what is really important in my life. Does that make sense? And so for us, it's important to take all of this passion and funnel it into the things that we truly love. So no longer do we need to fight with the ignorant people in our lives that really aren't going to do anything. They're not going to change. I still say that's not okay. I say this is not okay. I'm not comfortable with this. I don't appreciate this, and I don't stand by this. This is where you're ignorant, and I leave it at that. I leave it at that because I'm not here to fight. I'm not. We are. There is no debate on common decency. There is no debate on life. Like you can't. No. Human rights. No. No. There's no debate on this. We're not going to argue about it. Like just done, right? And so choose love. Feel better. Choose what you enjoy. Focus on what is important to you. But I will say, if what is important to you is maintaining a life where you get to be hateful, where you get to be ignorant, maybe you should question some things because, yeah, let's just be honest there. So let's see. Well, thank you, Catherine. Hello, Alexandra. Any other thoughts? Any other thoughts you have? I'm trying to think of anything else I want to say about the Nine of Wands, because again, nines are about change. A reversal of fire, it can be an overconsumption of fire where it's like super fiery, question everything. Absolutely. When it's like just too much fire and you're burning out. Or it can also be like a lackluster where there's not enough fire and we're just like fizzling out, right? Ugh. And then nines are about changes. They usher in change. And so we recognize that right now it's taking a bit longer for things to shift over. Things are lasting longer than we want them to, but it's giving us this time, this opportunity to really focus in on our heart space and how we feel and what we do about the world we want to be a part of. Okay, I'm trying to think of anything else. I also feel like with the Nine of Wands that things are starting to become more clear. And as we again choose, we understand we have a choice and we make those choices for ourselves. Like the only way we're going to move forward in anything is if we actually make choices, right? We do things, like we make choices, we follow through, we take action. That's the only way that we are moving forward. We have to choose something. And so own that, own those choices, be a part of that, and do something about your situations, our situations, whatever that is for us. We have to choose something. And by not choosing something, we are all still choosing something. So it's a choice, no matter what. And we have that. And when we focus in on the ability to keep choosing, and as we choose and invest our energy, things become much more clear. Things become clearer, and we start to line things up, and things start to like build up energy again. So if you want to know how to build that fire again, that passion again, right? Like right now it's kind of like a little lackluster, it's a little I'm burnt out. But if you want to know how to turn that around, pay attention to your future. What do you want for yourself? How do you want to live? Like what kinds of experiences do you want? Just take some time to think about that, and then recognize that it's time to invest into making those things happen. So I need to pull my fire out from certain spaces and reinvest it. But I also have to recognize that it is up to me. It is my choice. And so I need to clearly express what I align with and what I want in my life. And so by clearly making those decisions, okay, and following through, fire action, right? By doing those things, I start to clear the pathway of debris, and start to build momentum, build that fire. And I become I become more in alignment with myself, and I build that fire, that passion again, and things start to take off. Okay, so that's how you clear those the debris, the obstacles. Any last minute thoughts, any last minute perceptions, feel free to share. Yes, lots of health changes going on for me, and I've always been a person of extremes. Oh my gosh, me too, like me too. And I'm like, same. I have had to learn how to find that sort of center, because for me, it's like I have to, like, I've done keto for myself, to nutritional keto, to get my diabetes in control, and shift a lot of stuff. But I had to, like, 20 carbs, like so strict, and it's fine. Like I don't feel any type of way. Like it was fine, but it's always like one or the other for me. And I'm learning, like I'm learning how to find that sort of center and be happy, and let the process be a little longer, but still be just happier. It's definitely a process. But yeah, that's kind of what's coming up for us this evening. I hope that you can take something from it. I hope that you enjoy it. And I'll be doing a reading possibly tomorrow, Sunday, for my friend Elisa of Elisa Soul Kisses. She is having a crystal sale. She has oil. She has a lot of things, y'all. She has a lot. So if you want to check her sale out, her event out, the link is in the description of this video, and I'll be there posting little tidbits throughout her sale. And you're more than welcome to tag me if you need help with any crystal in their spiritual association. Again, if you enjoy this video and you want to support, feel free to check out the other link in this description. And there's many ways to support. support. You know, you can bless me with something off of my Amazon wish list, PayPal, or you can just share my content. That also helps me to grow. All of it is appreciated so much. I thank you for sharing your time and space with me. It is important to me, and thank you for allowing me to do what I love and sharing that with you. I look forward to talking with you again on Monday. So we don't do Sunday videos at the moment, but maybe that will change as we grow. But yeah, I will talk to you Monday morning. So enjoy the rest of your weekend, y'all. If you have any special requests, always feel free to reach out to me, message me. I'm here to help where I can. I'm here to be of service where I can. So again, thank you, and I will talk to you very, very soon. Be blessed.